Productivity is something that we talk a lot about in the workplace. You know, it drives our bottom line, it drives the business, and the more productive we are, the more successful the business will be. And I think we're all craving that productivity or searching for how we become more productive so that we can prove ourselves, so that we can do a good job. But sometimes then the reverse happens. This pursuit of productivity can often get us further away from the goal, because many of us might feel like we're spread too thin, we're too busy, we're close to burning out, we're exhausted, we're making silly mistakes, and things are not as quick and effective and easy as they should be. And of course, all of that impacts our productivity negatively. So how do we get these productivity gains? I reckon the first place we need to look is what's driving our productivity. Quite often the reason that we are trying to be productive or overproductive and constantly more is always better is what we're told and what we're striving for is because it's attached to our self-worth. Often busy means that we're valued. People need us if we're busy. If we weren't there, there would be things that people missed. It's value. It's often that when we're not busy, being alone with our own thoughts can be quite challenging too. And yet busy gives us some meaning, some purpose. Busy is something that's rewarded as well in our external environment, either by our friends and family, look how well you're doing, or by our organization. Here's the KPIs you've overachieved on this month, or here are the extra hours that we want to pay you for to reward your overtime. And so our self-worth is often tied to this concept of productivity, and I think therein lies the problem. So how do we stop tying our self-worth to our productivity? Is having clear goals that we set ourselves. These are the goals I want to achieve that I know are success in my eyes. It's knowing what productivity means. It's not just more is always better, and the busier we are, we're more productive. Productivity is worth nothing if you're doing a bad job. I could work 80 hours this week, but if what I'm producing is rubbish, I am not productive. I could work 40 hours and it be effective, and I'd be far more productive than the 80-hour version of me that is tired, making mistakes, and cognitively not functioning at my peak. And so this is the real definition of productivity: us being effective, healthy, well, happy. This is when we're at our peak productivity. And ironically, things take less time when we're at our peak. So what that means is a job that could have taken me 2 hours now only takes 1. Now that's the definition of productivity, and it comes from us being effective. So we need to get out of this habit of tying our self-worth to productivity, and more is always better. And this will be a reflection of how good I am as a human, and this feeling of reward and satisfaction I get from this external thing because I don't have it within. So productivity is how we perform at our peak and be effective day in, day out. It's not more is always better. I'll often talk about this as the difference between quality and quantity. And of course, what we're looking for is quality, the value that you've added, the impact that you've made. That's where this self-worth comes from. Not, I've worked 80 hours this week, aren't I great? Someone needs to pat me on the back so that I feel better about myself and can say I'm productive. These are the differences. And I think when we distinguish those differences and we start looking at this as how effective am I? What value have I added? What impact does this make? We start to look at that quality version rather than just more is always better, and being on that cycle of my brain's not functioning, I'm exhausted, but I'm still gonna be doing more because busy makes me feel needed. It's rewarded externally, and it's the doorway to productivity. But is it? Not if we're burned out, not if we're not cognitively functioning at our peak, not if we're making silly mistakes because we're tired and we can't focus well. So it's actually being effective, and it is not tied to our inner self-worth. That's the definition of productivity, and that's how we become more productive.